butter. All right, guys, I was about to open this box and then I figured, you know what, I'll wait and I'll show everybody what we got for the truck. I'm pretty excited about this one. I think this is gonna transform the interior. So let's see what we ordered. This is off eBay. Forever Sharp. I don't know if you read the rest of it there, but you can probably figure out what it's gonna be. I opened up the other side, but I just flipped it over so we can do this again. The other side has my shipping information on it, so I don't want to share that. But here we go. You can see they've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Forever Sharp steering wheels. So we got a new steering wheel for the truck. If you noticed in the end of the last video, I believe it was, or maybe 2 videos ago now, you can go back and check that out. I talked about the 10 things that are wrong with the truck. And the very last one, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I talked about the steering wheel being a little bit kind of loose on the grip. And so this is my solution to that. I think it's gonna make the truck a little bit more modern looking and hopefully give it that more premium OEM plus kind of feel. So I went with black on black. Oh yeah, that's awesome. So I went with black on black. It's got kind of like a leathery texture on the outside here, and then the back side of it has the grips. And it's got a bit of a dish to it, which is good. I wanted something that kind of had a little bit of a concave look to it. And I think that's gonna go really well, especially when I have the F14s or the VMS wheels on there. They're all blacked out. So they have another one that has like a billet center section, but I like the black on black. I think that's gonna look killer. So now let's get it on the truck. All right, here's everything that comes with the kit. So it looks like I've got a wheel adapter for the actual column itself. We got some wiring for my horn, and this looks like maybe a cover for, again, the column. Wiring for the button side, and then here is the center cap piece. It's a little 5-bolt deal with your leads for the horn. This kind of moves. I don't know if I can get it to, so you can line that up, and then that's my horn right in the center. I did want to retain a horn because I like the horn on the truck, so that'll be cool. All right, what's up, guys? We're back out here, end of the day, another hot 1,000-degree Texas day, and we're gonna be doing a swap to the truck. Ooh. We're gonna be doing some work to the truck today. Surprise, surprise. This time we're going in the interior and we're swapping out that steering wheel. I think it was like $300. I'll put the price up here, $380, whatever it was. Might have been cheaper, might have been more. But I think it's gonna make a big difference on this truck. I'll show you exactly what I got right now. All right, and now going inside the truck, got my little drink stand set up there. Already popped off the horn button and pulled this tab out. This is not gonna be a how-to video. There's lots of how-to videos, and actually the company that sells this steering wheel does a how-to video, so I'm just gonna get into it. I already pulled this clip off. It was kind of a retaining clip on the threads of that stud right there. So I'm gonna get that nut off next and then start working this wheel off, see if I can't get it off. And we'll lock it in position there so it doesn't move. It's pretty straight right now. And then we'll go grab the other wheel, get it popped on, and show you the end result. cut to the next day. I'm a fool and thought that I could pull that steering wheel off without having to get a puller tool, because I've done it on my 68. I pulled the steering wheel off no problem. This one, it's after work the next day. I was able to stop at Harbor Freight after work and pick up this puller kit, so we're gonna use that, thread it into those 2 bolts right there, and get this thing cranked off of here. Here we go. Okay, it is so hot out right now. I'm confident that you could probably cook an egg outside, so I've put a pan on the back of the truck, and I haven't started the truck yet. I want to see what the temperature gauge, the coolant temperature gauge says. So this is a cold start of the truck. I'm not going to start it. I'm just going to turn it on and let's see what the temperature says. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This truck has not run today, and it's sitting here at 100 degrees already. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure I seen 120. In other news, back to the video, I've got this mounted on here, so now all that's left to do is start cranking this down with the impact, and it should pull this wheel off. We'll see what that ends up doing if it gets warm enough. I kind of am wondering what it does to these tires, because I know you can only get so many heat cycles out of these tires, and they are like piping hot. My temperature gun doesn't work right now. I don't know if it got cooked in the back of my truck or what, but... All right, moment of truth. Let's see if this works. Like butter. I probably almost had it yesterday. Like butter. I was beating this thing yesterday. Thought I was gonna pull it off and smack myself in the face, but we finally got it. That was too easy. Sitting in the sun all day probably helped warm it up. All right, now I don't know if I want to take that out. I'll see what the kit has, if I can reuse that. Eventually I might get a quick disconnect or whatever. It'd be kind of nice to take the steering wheel out of it. And shoot. Well, that was easy. Yeah, let's get the new one in. All right, here's the new stuff. New wheel. And new hardware. Everything is everything. All right, my phone didn't want to play in the sun, so I had to go put it on timeout in the AC for a minute. But we just about got the wheel ready to be put on. So here's what we're working with. We got the adapter and kind of collar put on. It goes to a splined piece with these 3 bolts, and then you put your nut back on. And then we got our little wiring diagram here. So the one from the column will go to the bottom of my button right there. And then this guy right here will go to the top prong on the horn. And then when you push the button, you short those 2 out, your horn fires off. So I gotta just put that on with these countersunk screws, and we're good to go. All right, we got you in the shade now, so hopefully that works out a little better. It is hot. Okay, so here we go. Need to put these guys through here, both of you. It's going to be a little bit turned because I had the wheel turned before I started this. Make sure we line it up with the correct bolt hold. They give you like everything with this kit. I'm surprised they don't give you the Allen wrench for these screws. So we have 2 started there, and then I'll go grab an Allen wrench. Hex wrench, whatever you want, hex key. Now you were probably yelling at the screen saying, Aaron, you didn't put the button on, the screw's got to go through the button. And you're right. And you're also probably thinking you should be using the socket head cap screws so that they sit down countersunk like that. And you're also right about that. So I only have so many hands, so what I'm going to do is leave that one on there, get this button hooked up. We'll give it a little test, you know, and then we'll see if we can't get that bolt swapped out. So bottom one is gonna be this guy, and that's coming from the column, so this one right here. All right, okay, there we go. Wire from column, check. Okay, now wire from ground, which is this guy. Hopefully I can do this quickly so it doesn't just start honking the horn on me. All right, guys, I've been fighting with this phone shutting off because of the heat. We did get the wheel installed. This isn't an install video, so if you need an install video, I'll put the link down below. For $300 Canadian, this is probably the best thing that I've done to the interior of this truck. And I've got the touchscreen CarPlay, I've got a trans brake in here, I got my rocker panels. I would like to switch those out. This by far is probably the nicest piece of the interior. The operator shifter is really nice, but this kind of brings it home. So without further ado, here's what it looks like. But before we show you that, we got to do a pan check real quick. I don't think it got hot enough to cook eggs, so we'll put that aside for now. And here is the steering wheel. Let's close the door and get some. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Got the steering wheel installed. Really happy with it. We'll go for a drive sometime soon. Test her out. So far, so good. It's staying on. But hit up Forever Sharp steering wheels. I found them on eBay. I'm sure they have a website as well, and I know they've got some YouTube videos out there. They've got probably hundreds of different variations of this same wheel, so check them out. For $300, like I said, this totally transformed the inside of the truck. I'm really happy with it, and I'll link it down below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll talk to you later. Peace. Oh, damn. Comment fire extinguisher down below if you made it this far into the video. We'll see who made it this far. Fire extinguisher. One other thing worth mentioning is the shipping from these guys. I ordered this, I think, on a Friday, and it's currently Tuesday. So they got it here within like 3 business days, and that's just their standard shipping. I'm pretty sure they had like expedited shipping too. So thumbs up, 5 stars for that. Peace.